Or I've just started to fix this thing here. What's up, guys? Hope you're doing great. Happy Tuesday. And welcome to our late night show. Welcome to Rumbi Uncensored. I just want to tell you that today is a beautiful day. And yeah, Namibia, our eyes are on Namibia right now as we speak, because Namibians are about to make history. They need to kick out the liberation parties so that we can all be free. Now I'm telling you, it's shaking. ZANU-PF is shaking because they know that, yeah, they can't rig or lie any longer. Zimbabweans are done. Shout out, Timber. I just want to say to you guys, we're going to have a good time. And also looking a little bit later on, we're going to check on, Leonard Jakarta. Okay, Leonard Jakarta. We can also via, again, trending for the wrong reasons, of course. So that's the conversation we need to have as well. So, all right. So if it's your first time to come across the channel, please subscribe and make sure that you ring the bell so that every time I'm live or drop a video, you're going to be robbed right here. Shout out to everybody. I want to tell you something. There's a song that is blessing my soul. And I think for those that have been like in the church, like I said, the FM church will tell you, Tinashe, shout out to you, man. What a beautiful song. And guys, you need to support this brother of mine, Tinashe. He's an incredible singer. Take a listen, please. He's incredible, don't he? He's amazing.
Rimutatini ndinoku Ibapa moyo asiuya Shininda kumbira asiuya 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 Kwandirise asiuya 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 Kwandiriwe mweyamu Sendewa mwari chireka Ndifura ini handiwo Jiribo tauraisi Simba iwe tauraisi Tauraisi Simba iwe tauraisi Tauraisi
Simba. All right, guys, shout out. Okay, my brother Tinashe. Good to see everybody. Welcome to Rumbi Uncensored. Please support my brother Tinashe. He is such a blessing. He is singing. Oh, okay, yeah, my loving. The one of the best songs that I genuinely love. You know, and it reminds me when I was in the FM church at that time. You know, when the church was still the church. Okay. Because today, I know it's still the church, but when the church was still the church, you know what I mean by that. So shout out, guys, please promote my brother. But anyway, here we are back. Mnangagwa again being humiliated. Yo, listen, you know, as much as I don't like ZANU-PF, but I must never, and I know there's someone who came here and said to me, well, I'm a Christian, but why do I speak? He said, how do I speak, bad things about leadership? Guys, I don't speak bad things about people. I speak bad things about their roles. So you need to separate the two. I love them, but when you don't do your work properly, then I'm going to have to call you out. Because if we don't call you out, who's going to call you out? We, the people, right? We're supposed to hold each and every leader accountable. So it's not personal. It's definitely about the work. So not nearly 100 people just tuning us is here as we explore this topic tonight. Please like the live. I want to ask you to like the live so we push algorithm. And if it's your first time to come across the channel, please make sure that you subscribe. I realize that there's something that needs to be sorted for my videos to move because that was not done, but it will sort it out. It will sort out by soon. I mean, by when? Friday, I think. Yeah. So yeah, guys, stick around as we have a chat. Now, people in Namibia, you know that there are elections going on tomorrow. I must tell you, they are so desperate and eager to actually cast their votes. It's like the way we were in Zimbabwe last year. Remember how desperate people were? They woke up early in the morning. Some even slept at polling sessions. In Namibia, people have been preparing. I'm telling you, the youth are excited. They can't wait to vote for the guy. His name, I forgot his name, but he's for IPC party. And we are literally rooting for him and say he should be hailing actually the president of Namibia. Because that old mama, she needs to go home and pray with grandkids. She must go home and pray with the grandkids. We no longer want jocks here. We want leaders who can take our country forward. So yeah, there's been a lot of humiliation really for ZANU-PF because, they're sent delegations, including the ANC, to SWAPO. SWAPO is the Liberation Party. I just want to ask a question, why do they do that? Because I find it very, very childish. Why are they doing that? It's I find it's like a cult. This must be something that kind of knit us together. What are they doing? Really? But yeah, people from Namibia said we are clear. We do not want nothing to do with ZANU-PF here. Do not interfere. Mnangagwa, please stay away from our elections. They are very clear. The way that you did in Mozambique, we are not prepared to see that mess in here. So let's take a listen, please. The opposition party again warning Mnangagwa. Take a listen.
Let's listen. I know you're excited when I speak, I know. I want to send a message to the observers. My brothers and sisters, I have observed many elections on this continent, many elections globally. Write it in your report. This country, the same way that Mozambicans are complaining about Zimbabwean voters that have voted in the Mozambican election. This country has a second problem of Angolan, Southern Angolan voters determining the election of our country. That's no fiction. Number 3, international observer, and especially from SADC. And I'm not speaking to you, but I'm speaking through you to the Executive Council and the President of SADC. It's a shame that the SADC leaders met in Harare discussing a volatile situation of Mozambique without any concrete action while that part of the world is burning down.
You hear? Very clear. They don't want ZANU-PF to do anything with their elections, which I also support. Drop your location, please, guys. Drop your location. I want to know where you guys are watching us from. I love that. We want nothing to do with ZANU-PF. Absolutely nothing. So I respect people from Namibia for standing firm and saying, no, please stay with your shenanigans somewhere there. I must just tell you that things are going to be really, really bad. For those Zimbabweans that are in South Africa, I must say, I don't care what job you're doing, especially the corporate guys. Because I must tell you that today I received a phone call that broke my heart from some people that I do know, very reputable big company in South Africa, where they've been told that we are no longer hiring foreigners, which means these people are going to be dismissed. So a number of Zimbabwean people work for that company. It's a corporate job. I'm talking about corporate, really top tier company. They have to be released. I don't know if they're going to be released, but that is the case, of course, that we need to consider local people, which means, guys, I've been saying this and preaching the same, sermon. We need to work together, Zimbabweans. We can't afford to sit and relax and fold your hands holding that politicians will resolve your issues. No, Zimbabwe has to be resolved by Zimbabweans. There's no politician who is going to come and be your messiah. Let's work together to make this country great again. And I've told you that I can't do it alone. Chamisa can't, Kasukure can't, any politician can't do it alone. We need to start defining the kind of Zimbabwe that we want. And again, I'm going to come back tomorrow because there's a very, very serious discussion we need to have. Very serious discussion, because I've been getting more details today, and I will have more details again from politicians about the future that we are all looking, we're looking towards. But we can't do that without you guys holding hands and think, oh no, I'm comfortable, I've got my job, I don't really care. No, but people are not losing jobs. Zimbabweans, most of them are going to lose jobs come 2025. So don't be too comfortable. Join in, let's converse, let's build the Zimbabwe that we want. You have seen that people are clear that Mnangagwa will go by 2025 because he has failed. And I agree with them. Now I can see even the more lies and more lies. One thing I do not like, Mnangagwa, as much as he's a president, I respect, there's one thing that I don't like, deception. You can't lead a country deceiving people. Imagine now that there's his friend that came to Zimbabwe. His name is Dr. Akinwumi A. Adesina. And this guy says Zimbabwe's economy is growing rapidly. Growing where? It's growing to who? In their houses, because we don't see whatever growth they're referring to. But I'm going to read what they actually sent out, because I know he was with Mnangagwa. So, Mnangagwa asked him to say, you must come in and hoodwink Zimbabweans again, like to pretend as if everything is working and we are happy. And let me read their report here, the Business Times Zimbabwe. That AFDB President Dr. Akinwumi A. Adesina says Zimbabwe's economy grew last year by more than 5%. Dr. Adesina says the economy will this year grow by only 2% as it was slowed down by El Nino. drought, induced drought. He, however, projected a 6% growth next year. You see, it's Mnangagwa's games, selling you a dummy. Oh no, by next year you're going to have 6%. That growth of the economy is only benefited, I don't know who, because the rest of the Zimbabweans are suffering. So when you say 6%, it's 6% for who, right? I think these are the questions that we genuinely need to ask. But again, a lot of lies. He has started his games. He started his games, you know, the giving out of cars. We can see it's going on there. It's all his games. In fact, I actually saw today the mayor of Harare, that is Mafume, today lying to the people of Zimbabwe. When I say lying, I'm talking, he was lying. He was lying to the people of Zimbabwe, saying that, no, we have very amazing growth in the country. I was like, amazing growth where? Where? But that's what they do. It's a game. That's one of the reasons why they betray the struggle, because we wanted to be used as pawn to send all these lies and push. I don't like propaganda. Lies, you know, to the people of Zimbabwe. Like everything is working. This country is, you know, is successful. First and foremost, I believe that Zimbabwe can be successful. But one thing I need to confirm is we are not there yet. Right now, we're not there as long as we don't have electricity. It's actually dark. The entire Zimbabwe, sorry, there's no electricity. There's no clean water from the taps. People are digging, like literally, you know, drilling boreholes. So to me, is what are you referring to? What growth are you actually talk about? You know, but like I said, we need to start conversing, because one thing that I've seen about, you know, that ZANU-PF have mastered is to silence the people. But we need to start conversing across social media and take it very seriously, like what they did in Kenya. Remember, Ruto eventually came and started, you know, addressing the people, because there was no way. But now to listen to Mafume and his lies, to show when I said I'm tired of this administration, they are liars and liars and liars. Take a listen to Mafume, please.
Harare is more to be thankful from the Excellency's guidance. There were people who were saying it's 3 months from 2025 for a world-class city for Harare. So I was saying to them, if someone woke up from 2024, if they died, they would be surprised that there was a world-class airport in Harare. They will also be surprised that there is a world-class parliament in Harare. They will also be surprised that there is a world-class road, the west side of Harare. They will also be surprised that there is a world-class junction at Mbudzi, where the road is covered. They will also be surprised that there is Joiner City in the middle of the city. So Vision 2025 was based in 2024. And I want to say that the government has assisted Harare in trying to achieve that vision. What is needed is for us as councillors to complement that vision by providing the software, that is the service delivery issues around waste collection, waste management. And again, waste management, I remember I argued with Pomona, but if you go to the dump site, there is a world-class dump site in Pomona. So Mr. President, I would like the help that has been extended to Harare to also be extended to other countries. The help that has been extended to Harare through our minister, the minister that you gave us, who carries your nickname as the same.
Now it makes sense why they betrayed the struggle. All they wanted was to use them to spread propaganda. Tell me, honestly, guys, for those that have been traveling, do you look at the airport in Zimbabwe as the world-class airport? Because I've seen even those that are in ZANU-PF saying that no, it's better than the Ora Tambo. That's crazy. Ora Tambo is a monster airport. Now, and also talking about the parliament that the Chinese built, is that like the top, you know, quality airport? And also so that the Chinese actually, people's allegations are they switched off electricity because we are owing Chinese money. So they're like, no, you guys are not paying. We switched off your electricity. Those were the allegations. No, actually, not allegations. There were reports that I saw yesterday on social media from actually the paper. That was the Standard paper, if I'm not mistaken. So we are owing Chinese people money, and now we don't have to have electricity. I'm going to ask a question. All these monies that they are borrowing, what are they doing for the people of Zimbabwe? Or is the money that they are using to play dirty politics? Yeah, Zimbabweans, we need to wake up. Madam Fume, now they think they've been promoted. No, you're just being used to do their dirty work. It's very sad to watch. It is very sad, honestly. It is sad. Did you also hear in the cheering of hands? I can guarantee you, those cheering ones are some people that they actually have to buy to sit at the front just to push lies. Like as if Zimbabweans are happy with the work that ZANU-PF is doing. It's a lie. ZANU-PF is doing absolutely nothing in the country. It's doing nothing except their games. It's all about Mnangagwa and his thirst for power to remain in control, manipulation, and just eat and his family. And somebody, that was Zivu. I'm gonna read what Zivu said this evening. I was very funny there on X. I'm gonna read what he said. And then he was referring to Mnangagwa there. Very clear. He said, that was a funny, very interesting tweet. I'm gonna read it for you. He said, Happy autism. Konai baby, ingawani wakati wakugarira vana hauchandide. So why are you still coming to sleep in the bedroom with me, right? That's just like a joke. Then he said, in other words, it was mocking Mnangagwa and saying, you know, people ask him, why do you want to stay longer here? Because you said you're going to go, right? No, but his response is like, no, I need to make sure that, because you can see the children are also marrying other women. They're marrying more women, of course. So now the family is growing. So I must stay to protect the dynasty, which is not going to work. I also suspect that even the 2025 is too far for them to just, for something to explode. Because, I mean, if criminals were the main reason as Zimbabweans wanted Mugabe to go, I'm very sure that in 2024, we have a multiplication of criminals, more than what we had during the Mugabe time, which means action has to be taken, notwithstanding who is who. We need to start treating people the same. Okay, if we had treated Mugabe who has been there for years, what stops us from looking at Mnangagwa and say, you failed, and we need to take this country into the right direction. You failed, sir, and it's all right. We can do with our monies a little bit later on, you know, because the country want their money. They also allegation that you see there's a lot of fuel stations in the country because people are cleaning dirty money. I'm saying these are allegations because I don't even know who the owners of these fuel stations. Others were saying, no, but it's simply business. But knowing Zimbabwe, and they also know that there's something that's going to erupt. If something erupts, there will be have to be questioned. How did you get the funds that you do have? So they can lie and say, no, but I have a fueling station. You know, but that's where they're cleaning their dirty money. Like I always say, that what most of these thugs in Zimbabwe don't know is that information of all their doings is moving just like that. Because, you know, when you're doing whatever dubious stuff that you do, you're working with people, and people are always going to expose you. That's how human beings are for. They will expose you. It's time will tell. Time will tell, as we'll be watching where to from here. And yeah, but Zimbabwe is crying for a change, and the change is finally here. It's just for us to unite, and there's the call of unity, but this one I'm not going to tackle it now because I still need more information on this issue. It's a very serious issue. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Very, very important issue. I know when I spoke about the unity without no details, I was just pushing. Little did I know that there were actually talks behind that we need to be, pursuing tomorrow. Okay? Yeah, we need to pursue tomorrow. A lot has been happening. Yeah. Am I going to be the first-hand girl? I don't know. But, wait and hear what's going to be happening tomorrow as we pursue that issue. All right. Moving on. I am disappointed though, but at the same time, some are saying these guys need to take the cars because it's our money anyway. But I think for me, I've spent my time studying Mnangagwa, studying his games, and I realized that what he thrives on is to divide and rule. Okay, he divides and rule. So he rather spend all his money. That's why there's a lot of corruption in the country, because most of that money is being used to play the dirty games in politics. That's the only thing. Nothing else, either to be stashed in foreign lands for future use or forever or for generations to come, or either to just use it to play the dirty games. And the fools are being used and they're buying it, not knowing that, sir, you're not only destroying your life, you're also destroying other people's lives, and destroying lives for generations. Because once we fail to do the right thing and apply the right principles today, it simply means the outcome in the future is already affected. That's why I'm still a firm believer that if we genuinely want to have a better Zimbabwe, we need to go back to basics. Having a free and fair election. This has been my song and I'm stuck to my guns. I'll tell you why. Zimbabweans are not trustworthy people at this point in time. Not all, but I'm saying politicians. Especially those that are in politics, most of them are very much untrustworthy. Because of that, you can never sit down and plan something with an individual and hoping that you're going to succeed. Let's say, for example, people can sit and say, no, this is what we're going to do. These are the moves that we're going to make. This is how we're going to build Zimbabwe. Anything that is not, that is not built on a platform of free and fair election, it will not stand because people are, Zimbabweans, most of them are simply deceptive by nature, okay? They are not principled, so you can't apply cutting corners when you're dealing with unprincipled individuals because it will never work. They can promise you that, no, I think we're going to do this, and you think, oh, now we've managed to build something. You see what Mnangagwa did to Chiwenga? He said, no, we cool, after I can do these allegations, people are saying, but I'm sure when information is all that means that for some reason there was a discussion that he'd say he was going to be a leader for about, 5 years, which is first term, and then also hand over power to Chiwenga for the second term, which didn't even happen. You know why? Because people change. While they're in those positions and they're enjoying the benefits, they do change. So never trust anyone. When something is not built on a principle, it will never stand. The best solution to free Zimbabwe, that one, without a shadow of a doubt, is a free and fair election. Choose a leader. Give the power back to the people. This is why I agree with Kasukura what he said. Power back to the people by 2025. This coming year, guys. So prepare the way. Power back to the people. I guess that's maybe the reason why South Africa is not pushing our people out of their jobs. Guys, power back to the Zimbabwean people. Decide your own leaders. Don't be fooled by anyone who says, no, but I think I'm going to have to, don't worry, trust me. I think I'm going to do this and the next year I'm going to do that. There's nothing like that. Take it back to basics so that we can restart the country. I guarantee you, unity is very important, but I said because I need to bring all the details by tomorrow so we can all converse with information. And I don't know if I would invite these people to come in and talk, but I think it's the right time. But I will give you as much as I know of the talks that have been happening. These talks has been happening as we speak in Zimbabwe, okay? The elders and all. What is it that they're planning, what they think should be the best way forward? But the fact remains, Mnangagwa has failed the Zimbabwean people. With all due respect, sir, I honor you and respect you as a father, because as a daughter, notwithstanding how much pain you have caused us, I still honor you. But leadership-wise, sir, with all due respect, you failed our people, you failed me as an individual. As long as our brothers and our sisters are still in prison, this is why I still also question Chiwenga's assistance, because I'm like, sir, you're going to have to take our people out of prison, then we start from there, right? Then maybe I can have an iota of trust for you, but at this point in time, as long as our fathers, like Timber is a father, are locked in prison, we have nothing to talk about. Absolutely nothing to talk about. You are not a leadership quality. It is what it is. I'm tired of being sold a dummy. I'm tired of being lied to, being told to believe in a lie. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to stand for the truth and nothing but the truth. So for those that may want to hear the truth, time will tell. Trust me, you'll be grateful that at least we were warning you. Okay, that fight has erupted between Songezo Shamangu and Mnangagwa. They are fighting for the funds of the party, the part that they never owned, both of them. I know Mnangagwa was part of the CCC. I would say he was part of the CCC because I remember him being the attorney that fought for the 12 in Matabeleland, in Bulawayo at that time when there was fight. So I genuinely believe that he was part of the CCC. But Songezo Shamanga only show him taking pictures. So he's fighting for the money. But allegations are Mnangagwa got more money, and that's why there's a fight erupted. Again, you are dealing with deceivers. I'm paying for deceivers. So they can promise you heaven on earth, but there's no heaven on earth anywhere. As long as principles are cut, forget about heaven on earth. I am stuck to my guns, and I still believe that as long as you are not respecting the rules Forget about success and forget about winning. You can't trust anybody who is not principled. Those people who embarrass you, those people who humiliate you, that's all I can say. Though humiliate you so, Mr. Ngove, you don't even have my support at all. I'm sure that's just getting what you deserve. Not because of your political dirty politics, but because of us who believed and respected you. At least you could at least honor the fact that we respected you, and at least be in a position to honor us as well. But you failed. With that being said, I have nothing to say, sir. I definitely have nothing, absolutely nothing to say about what you guys did. It's a very sad situation. And by the way, guys, the death that's going on in Matapi is shocking. Like, Matapi is shocking. Do you also know that, Wicknow Shiva gave the church the bus, the apostolic church bus, for some reason? All Wicknow gives always get involved in an accident. The bus, the bus that was given to the church was involved in an accident today. So it swerved off the road. It went all the way, something's just not right. Guys, some of these gifts are cast. I went to have a discussion with Charamba's church daughter today, and I said to her, listen, ma'am, these cards that you guys are celebrating are proceeds of crime, corruption, abuse of human rights, repression of our people, abduction and torture is to maintain the power, and this is simply a hook so that you guys can push Mnangagwa's narrative tomorrow. So that's one of the reasons why we're saying you are not supposed to take these gifts. However, I'm not there to judge. You and God, your God, because I must say, Charamba and wife's music has really changed my life. So I honor them in that space, but I must say I was extremely disappointed with the fact that they actually took the cup from Mnangagwa. I thought with all the principles that remember last time when they were fighting about his copyrights, they really maintained their cool and approved how much integrity they did have then. But now when I was like, are you telling that you can't see what's going on in the country? Am I the only one who's too smart from a distance? Because those that are within the vicinity can't even see that they are being played. That they are being played. It's all about dirty games. All right, so people are calling out that Missy Chasi, like the Chasi minister, should come back as the minister of electricity. And no, as the ZESA CEO, I think. I'm not sure if he was a minister of electricity or he was a ZESA minister, CEO. I don't know where he was there, but I know he had a position in that space. I did not do my research price, so please bear with me. But Chasi, right? So people have been calling him back and say he should come back and take this position. And I'm sitting and I'm laughing. I'm like, guys, is it about the position or is it about the system that is corrupt? Because I remember last time when we had the current Reserve Bank governor, and people were tweeting and saying, "Oh, this guy is a man of integrity." They're talking about Mushavan, right? He's a man of integrity. We were with him in the classroom. He's a good guy. As a minister, okay, thank you, right? He's a good guy, but where is he today? We are back to square zero, yes? Sometimes I'm trying to see if I could either blame someone about what's going on in Zimbabwe, but I'm left without a choice. I still blame Mnangagwa on everything that's going wrong in that country because it's got the power to say, no, guys, this is not it. But you know what? Things are falling apart because this who he is. He's a destroyer to me, He's not a builder. Because a builder, you should move and say, yo, this dirty. I've been doing properties for a long time. And there are two things that are very distinct about tenants, especially when you have tenants, which is what I hate with everything within my head. And what was so distinct is there's a tenant that you put in a place and they keep the place so clean, like it's their own place. And there's this other tenant that is just very, very filthy. And I must say, because I have to be honest, so Nigerians and Congolese, horrible. So I end up saying I will never work with a Nigerian and Congolese that close this path. I love them as brothers, but I cannot work with people who are disrespectful and who are dirty. So I'm just telling you that the difference here was that some people clean the place, some they don't, all right? But at the end of the day, now talk about we're going back to Mnangagwa issue, because I'm a firm believer that if genuinely ZANU-PF loves Zimbabwe, if they genuinely love Zimbabwe, like they always say they're patriotic, There was no way we could have a pile of debt in the country and they don't feel disgusted with it. Because any normal person, it's not that you just had to walk, the streets that are filthy. But no, they're okay with dirty because that's who they are. So you expect me to respect you when you can't even clean the city. As a leader, you're comfortable to see buildings, deteriorating, which includes their own ZANU-PF building. It's filthy from the outside. They can't even paint the building, their own offices. Last time I saw these guys was Farah Marapira and the other small little boys. That's the propaganda and the lies on social media. The desks were filthy. And I'm saying, Farah Marapira, you've got tattoos and you play like a big boy and talk about the good game. But with this dirty, but where do you guys put the money that you're looting? It's sad to watch. They're failing to maintain their own desk in the office, even to paint their own buildings, ZANU-PF headquarters. It's like a building that was built, I don't know when. The walls are filthy. Okay. And you expect those people to actually respect the country. So any person who can take care of someone, staff well, is simply proving to you that even if they can have their own things, they will never do it. Because this is why God can only trust you when he sees that you are good and take care of someone else's stuff that is not yours and do it right, that he knows, I trust you to be able to take care of your own stuff. So any tenant who says, I don't care, it's not my house, that's why you're still poor. God will not allow you to be like that because it's evil. So these people, they can't take care of their own building and then you expect them to feed the country. Guys, if I can look and see those videos in the 1979, 1978, Zimbabwe was beautiful. Okay, as much as people say Smith was brutal, respectfully so, I honor that. But man, the streets were clean. You can't believe it's the Harare that we see today. We failed to even pick up the dirty, people are just piling dirty, matapi. Zimbabweans are pleased, man. No, this is not it. Honestly, God knows what's in my heart. I pray that the next administration are people that are going to focus on building. People who are clean, people who are smart, people who are loving, people who are caring, people who are humble, people who are hard work. And above all, I pray that Zimbabweans are going to hold hands with the leaders and say, together we can. Because I do not think politicians alone will be able to fix that country. We have to work together. If you can support whichever way you can, do support. Because the current regime of Mnangagwa hate even people that can come to say, I want to support. People are being stopped from building libraries for the kids. They're blocking them. I do remember, Kudam Saswa confirming that there were actually guys from the United Kingdom who had said, okay, together we want to bring in monies and fix Mbari. They wanted to revamp Mbari. As Zimbabwean guys from the United Kingdom, may God bless their hearts. They were willing to come and fix Mbari. But let me tell you what happened. Politicians from ZANU-PF blocked them. Like they did to Dangote. That Dangote wanted to bring business in Zimbabwe because of greed of politicians who wanted cuts. He said, no, I don't cut corners. Goodbye. But now just check Mbare that burned. What was the move? All the other projects were dumped. Now they're focusing on Mbare, what, just to loot the money. These ones, may God have mercy. May God have mercy. May God have mercy on people in ZANU-PF. May God have mercy on you. Because let me tell you what's coming for you. Not because of politics. Forget about politicians. Forget about me. Forget about anyone else. You're going to pay this stuff, so it's going to be hard for you in future. Because what you have done, and you're still doing, because you're not willing to give up on evil, there will be consequences. There will be heavy consequences. And unfortunately, it is what it is. So anyone who expects ZANU-PF to fix Zimbabwe is crazy. If they can't do their own stuff, the only thing that they do is loot and build those big houses, some of them helipads and all, because they've got poverty mentality. The poverty mentality is thinking, can I get us better than others and don't my life better? It's poverty mentality. In fact, rich people don't even care about all those bigger things. Rich people are very calm and chilled. It's always, always like look at the dynamics of, okay, because God knows where I'm going, but I'm not being respectful a bit, But again, it all boils down to the mentality. It's the mentality that is a problem. And I'm very much, that's why I'm very much against my boss. I'm going to no, I know on a social media. A good my boss, she is my boss. Hey, and I think about motor and everyone else must see. It's the poverty mentality. It's the mentality that is so backward. Let me just tell you why I'm very much against that, with all due respect though. Because first and foremost, the moment you put something on social media, what you're saying to the people is, see me and say anything that you want to say about me. Because if you don't want us to say something, you just want to do your thing and nobody cares, nobody will even know, right? If you buy your parents a car, let's say you are in New Zealand, Canada, South Africa, or whatever, even in Zimbabwe, and decide to buy a car, right? And then you call that man with my boss, and may God bless my brother, he plays so well. But I don't like the entire game. Although I'm respectful though, because I know he does it because he loves to do it. And fair play. But imagine that maybe you do it in, let's give an example in Budiriro, right? In Budiriro, you are maybe Murimu Street in Budiriro, Ombare, for example. And in that street here, maybe 3-4 houses, people are suffering, people are struggling, right? And in where you've got the nerve, you're thinking about being a motor, what Munuema Bosch, in order to noise mu street. It's a poverty mentality because successful people don't do that. Someone who argues, say, no, but people can do whatever they want. I never said they should not do it. I said it's poverty mentality. Because successful mentality will consider the neighbors. Okay, you know what? I can do this. What about a Maya Vasnakuch last night? How do they feel? And you know, talking about, oh no, but you can't do things. Just calm down. Buy a car and just send the car peacefully and keep quiet. But more attention. Zimbabwe's got a problem of attention seeking, poverty mentality. See me, I must be the only one. Everyone else don't matter. You must just see me. But rich people are not like that. Did you ever see Strive Masiwa actually about Boshomarem? Did he ever show you his cars? It's poverty mentality. We need to change the way we think about life. Because if we want Zimbabwe to change it, we start by changing our ways and how we act. People must see me. Then what? If they see, what do you want them to do? Someone who come to social media and said, oh, look at my Lobola day. Right? When people come in and say, oh, something is wrong. Or why are you talking about it? But why did you bring it up? You're not the only one who got married last weekend. Right? So many people are getting married as we speak. You want to bring yourself to social media. When you let people talk, let them monitor you because you keep on sharing what you're not supposed to be sharing. I'm simply saying we need to do away with poverty mentality. Let's think better. That thing disgusts me. It disgusts me. Like I said, I respect my brother. I think he's doing well, but I just don't like the entire thing. It's just, it doesn't speak well to society, especially considering how some of our people are suffering. What are you trying to say to the people? What are you trying to do? To show them that life is better than yours. That's why now we can watch Zoba. Voting must bigger cars. They move around. Boss. It's poverty mentality. And let me just say, to show you that money, they never work for it. To prove to you, whenever you work for the money, every stage, it humbles you. Every stage, it humbles you. The fact that you have to want people to see you, it shows that you never work for the money. You just got it, but you never put no effort. For those who understand true success, it says step by step by step. There's no overnight success except when you're stealing. You're not playing lotto. Ask those that played lotto what happened with the money. If they truly won the money, because we always hear someone who won millions, but we never see the person. You know, I think it's all some kind of games. I don't know, but I'm just saying. It's poverty mentality. We need to always consider our neighbors. Whatever I'm doing, is it okay to someone else? Is it the right thing? You know, like that classy. You have classy, man. You have classy. I know. But we can change this thing. We can unlearn. My friend always said, I had to unlearn a lot of things when I came to South Africa, and I had to relearn things that I knew were right. Let's unlearn poverty mentality. Let's learn to build the city and the country, and why we grow with the country. Not to take everything that belongs to the country. And we're saying we are building big houses. We're having 500 slave queens or concubines, but at the expense of the city. I mean, just imagine, okay, your areas where you are, guys, it looks very poshy and fancy, but the whole entire country is messed up. Poverty everywhere. Just imagine, as a diplomat, you are driving maybe to go to Chires, for example, from Harare, or you're going to Mutare from Harare. The roads are messed up. As a diplomat, you're driving a latest car in town. It's the mentality. You're driving a latest car in town, but the roads are messed up. And you think that's success. It's poverty. It's poverty mentality. Because wise people will know that we're going to have to fix our country first, and then we can live the life that we want to live. That's all I want to say for you tonight. Don't expect nothing from ZANU-PF. Those guys don't even have the capacity to build anything. Because real builders should have known that the city comes first, and then we can grow with the city. And then we can succeed with the city. And then we can all be happy. And then we can, I mean, if a person can, you have to lock individuals in prison for nothing. It shows you how they think. Because a wiser person would want people to see free, happy, growing, succeeding, building, excited. That's what life is about. Life is about happiness and joy. It's about living, not about making people suffer. No, it's not about that. It's about enjoying each and every day. Now move me to my last point. There is a conversation that is trending right now on social media. It's between the United Kingdom husbands, okay? Okay, I'm going to say as they said, okay, it's not me. Okay, so they're saying that the men who follow their wives that went to UK with the COS, I'm just saying what they said, okay? I don't know what they mean by that. COS, my certificates are struggling because they are complaining to UK, they are cleaning plates and they are changing diapers for the babies. And they're also cooking while the wife is at work. But we all know that when we are in the diaspora, guys, we are not home, okay? I'm from Mashingo. We're not in Mashingo. You are going to do all the traditional things, cooking for him and serving him. We are not there. And it's not even like South Africa. South Africa is better because we have got time to go home. You can work and go home and cook for your husband and do whatever you're doing. Most of the countries in the Europe, people work hard, back to back. So you genuinely cannot wait for your wife to do all the work while you're sitting. You can't. And by the way, it's our culture. Our culture taught us wrongly about family. And I understand why these men are feeling uncomfortable. Because our culture is always treating men like gods. But that's not how life is supposed to be. Right? Life is not supposed to, you're not supposed to be treated like God. You are a partner. You're a relationship partner. You know? It makes me laugh because there's something that makes me just laugh. I think about something. Okay, but anyway, let me just go back to my point. When you're getting married to someone, it's not about being bully or dominating the person. No. It's about building a life with someone, which means, you share life together. There is nothing wrong. My father used to cook for us, especially when Highlanders wins the game. You know, my father, when Highlanders wins the game, my dad would cook, okay? But when Highlanders loses the game, okay, I wouldn't even drop a spoon because I knew that man is going to freak out. You know what I'm saying? That's my daddy because he loved Highlanders. He's been saying in Bulawayo, my daddy was a Highlanders supporter. He's still a staunch supporter of Highlanders though. And I'm also a staunch supporter of Highlanders. But I'm simply saying, you must understand you need to be in a partnership. Not where you need to bully your partner and say, cook for me. We're in 2024. In fact, in 2024, people have got dishwashers, washing machines. We are no longer like doing all our work like it. I'm not saying everybody, but I'm saying majority of the people can afford it. They've got stuff, washing machines, and so it's simply to put your clothes in the washing machine, simply putting plates in the dishwasher. So what's the big deal? What are you complaining about? Changing diaper, that's your baby. It's your sweetheart. Change the flipping diaper, brother. It's all right. You know, it's all right. That's your baby. Do you know there's something that happens when you're playing with your child? There's that relationship there's the exchange of energy when you're doing good with your children. You can't let your wife just do all the responsibility while you're walking around and just be like a god. No, guys, it's 2024. Let's change our ways. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you cooking. I have a brother of mine, my young brother, right? He's also very gigantic. My young brother is if I leave him in my house, I come back like there was a woman in the house. He cleans, he cooks, he does everything. And whenever he sees something like something that she can go down, my brother will be holding a broom, you know, because that's how we were raised. You need to stop abusing girls and love your wives and make sure that they become the best version of you. Can I tell you, every woman is beautiful. Every man is handsome. It's just take about how you water your own garden. But you really can't sit and doing nothing and just complaining. You can't. You water your own garden. Every woman you see is beautiful. Every man you see on the street is handsome. But it's only that if you don't know how to take care of your own garden, you may think that your wife or your husband is ugly. Or you may think that they are weak. No, they're not weak. You are just failing to build each other. So at least you can enjoy the relationship. So guys, love each other in the UK and stop the drama, please. I love you all. May God bless you and may God bless Zimbabwe. Have a good one and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.